I'm Polly Beth, and I travel around the country helping schools to manage and change difficult behavior that interrupts instruction. Today, I'm here to answer one of your questions. We have a pack of kids in our middle school who feed off of each other. They wander the halls, cause trouble, they make snarky comments to teachers, and it's getting harder and harder to muster up the energy to deal with them. How can we get this group to stop? I think we all have that issue here and there, and for some more than others, but do you ever notice it's always those same pack of kids? And you ask yourself, why don't they get it? Well, I think they really push. They push those limits because they're looking for those limits. And so you can't make them do something they're not going to do. I mean, we just cannot wrestle them and carry them to class and say, that's it, they're never going to leave class again, because they are. They're going to push that limit until, and here's the real secret, folks, they're going to push that limit until every single adult who passes by them acknowledges them. Now, when I say acknowledge, that's different from enforcing. Now, you've heard me say before, when I say everyone needs to enforce rules like, hey, you have a pass, don't run in the hall, take your hat off, whatever that might be. I want to talk a little bit about acknowledgement versus enforcement. If I just acknowledge those kids by saying, hey, good morning, time for class, and walk by them, I'm actually doing my job. See, it's the acknowledgement piece that keeps me out of the power struggle, but lets those kids know that I see you, I know you're not where you're supposed to be, and I'm going to acknowledge that. If everybody did it, and even though you got the snarky comment, and they realize that that wasn't working for them, eventually they may start to get into some better relationships with you in the hallway. Start some conversations, kind of get an in with that kid. But regardless, whether they like you or not, we've all got to acknowledge the fact that you are not where you're supposed to be. Like I said, you can't drag them to class, you can't make them go to class. I can punish the daylights out of them, I can suspend them, but when you think about it, I want them to be in class. So they're wandering the halls, I kick them out of school, that's probably not the message I want to send. I really kind of want to send the message that I want you here. So that means I have to acknowledge the fact that you're in front of me, you're not where you're supposed to be. Give it a try with consistency. Don't let them frustrate you. Remember, at that age, their job is to maybe give you that little snarky comment just to see what you're going to do with it. Keep your cool, give them the acknowledgement, and move on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch these videos, and if you've got questions for future videos, put those in the comments below.